Okay, that's it from this tutorial. If you have any confusion or queries related to this lecture, you can post in comment section. Thank you so much for listening. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum everyone. Today we are going to conduct lecture number 38 of our course, and in this lecture we will be studying a new topic which is serial port programming for PIC18F microcontroller, and we will be understanding the serial port programming in Islamic language. So let's start our lecture. Okay, serial port programming. So serial port programming is a way, or serial port is a way which is available in PIC18F microcontroller through which it actually can contact with outer world, right? For example, you can connect to PIC18F microcontroller. One can be treated as transmitter, and another can be treated as receiver. So you can send certain information using this serial port from one microcontroller to another microcontroller. Let's say there is a microcontroller A and there is another microcontroller B. So you can actually send using this feature of serial port communication information to B and information from B to A. So this is what is going to happen in this serial port programming. But before we understand what is serial port programming, one important characteristics or one important concept that should be clear in your minds, that is serial versus parallel communication. We are discussing only serial communication. We are not performing parallel, but we need to know what is serial and what is parallel communication difference, right? So what is serial communication? Let's say if you remember, we have been using this instruction move file to file from port B comma port C. So what actually we are doing in this specific instruction, we are moving the content from port B to port C. And if you notice, a port B is basically 8-bit file register, and port C is also 8-bit file register. That means we are transferring information of 8-bit, right? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 and 8, right? So here we have port B and here we have port C. So 8 bits are simultaneously being transferred from port B to port C. This is what we call parallel communication, because 8 bits are being transferred from one place to another place, which is in this example is file register. So this could happen in case of microcontroller as well. For example, B is one microcontroller and C is another microcontroller, and you are transferring uh, parallel 8 bits from one microcontroller to another microcontroller. That is called parallel communication. But what if these 8 bits are not transmitted simultaneously, rather they are transmitted, uh, for example, serially, right? And what is that means? That means we will transfer the information bit by bit. Let's say the content of port B is basically uh, 0 for hex, or 2 for hex, right? And if I convert it into binary bits, it will become equal to what? Equal to 0010 and 0100, right? So what is going to happen when one is going to transfer information bit by bit? So first of all, this 0 will transfer from LSP side, then uh, 0 will transfer, then next 1 will transfer, then next 0 will transfer. So this, in this way, a nibble will be transmitted, which is 4, and then 0 1 0 and 0. So bit by bit information will be transferred, and that is known as serial communication, in which a bit is being transferred at a time, right? So this is the main difference between serial and parallel communication. Here we come to another fact, which is or another important term, which is known as bit rate or baud rate, right? So you see, bit rate means number of bits transmitted in 1 second, right? For example, you are using some I'm just taking an example, a dummy example, right? Let's say we are transmitting 24 bits uh, in 1 second. That means these 8 bits will be transmitted 3 times if we use this baud rate, right? Or bit rate, right? Let's say I'm going to call it, for example, only bit rate, because baud rate is generally is different term in communication. What is difference between baud rate and bit rate? Baud is basically normally considered. What is baud? Baud is, okay, let me write first. Okay, baud is what? Nothing but just group of bits. That means a group of bits is transmitted one by one. That is what called serial communication. But in case of PIC18F microcontroller, we are considering only one bit being transmitted at a time. That is why a group of bit is nothing but just single bit. That is why baud rate in this specific microcontroller, or in this specific example of serial port communication, baud rate will be equal to uh, bit rate, right? So both will be similar because we are transmitting just one bit in a group, or one bit at a time. That means baud rate and bit rate will be equal. Otherwise, baud rate will refer to the amount of group transmitted in 1 second. Let's say if two bits were transmitted in one group, so, and 24 baud per second is the baud rate, that means 24 groups will be transmitted. But if you look at the bits, uh, since each group have two bits, so the bit rate will be double, which is 48 bits per second. But in our case of PIC18F microcontroller, these two terms will remain similar or synonymous, right? Okay, the next term that we need to know before we understand serial port programming is synchronous and asynchronous. Serial port programming or serial port communication can be of two types, right? One is called synchronous and other is called asynchronous. Synchronous means when we know that there will be, since we are talking about communication, so there will be one thing which is called transmitter, another thing which is called receiver, right? So we will call a communication as a synchronous communication whenever receiver is known about two items: what is the communication time when bits are going to be transmitted and when bits are going to be received, right? So this information is priorly known to receiver in case of what in case of synchronous, right? But that means how would receiver know about communication time? That is why not only the data path is available, but there is another separate part which is called clock path to provide the synchronization with the receiver, or to provide a synchronization between receiver and transmitter, so that they know what is the exact time of communication, right? Another thing which is to be known to receiver for in synchronous communication, that is called number of symbols to be received. So receiver exactly know that this much number of bits will be received, and then I will say, okay, this bit is this is going to be grouped in one portion, and then the rest of the bits will be transmitted, and then time will be known to receiver, and then it will receive the number of bits, and that's it. So this is called synchronous communication. But in contrast to asynchronous in contrast to synchronous communication, asynchronous communication is a bit different. uh, Again, we have A and B, which are basically a transmitter and receiver portion of our communication model. But this time receiver is not known about communication time, and it is also unknown about number of symbols. So receiver is continuously in hunt mode. It is continuously listening to the channel, right? Whether I am receiving it and receiving it or not, right? So how it will detect, okay, this means communication has started? That is called pattern of start and stop symbols, right? So start and stop symbols are known uh, as a communication protocol to receiver. So whenever those start and stop patterns appear, or start a pattern appears, then it will receiver say, okay, now data is being received. And once stop pattern received, that means receiver will come to know, okay, transmission is completed, right? Then again receiver will go in hunt mode and check for next start pattern, and whenever it detects another start pattern, so receiver start to receive the number of bits, and then it will eventually receive a stop symbol, which means we transmission is complete. This is the method. This is the method in which receiver is not known about number of symbols to be received. For example, 8 bits will be received, 9 bits will be received. So that is why it is called asynchronous mode. It is not synchronized with the transmitter, right? So these are the two these are the two different modes available in communication. It could be synchronous right? It could be asynchronous. And in this course of the K18F microcontroller programming, in which we are discussing various aspects of the K18F microcontroller, we will be discussing about only asynchronous mode only. We will not cover synchronous, though PK18F actually covers synchronous mode as well, but our course content restrict us to only asynchronous mode. Okay, that's it from this tutorial. If you have any confusion or queries related to this lecture, you can post in comment section. Thank you so much for listening.